Yo, what is up everyone? Today I am super excited to bring to all of you my top 5 best NFT games where you can earn upwards of $250 a day when they are launched. Now, a lot of these games are coming very soon in 2022, and honestly, with a lot of these games, you could probably earn a lot more than the amount that I'm talking about in this video, assuming you have the money to invest. So let's get into today's video. I'm super excited for today's list. So the very first game that we're going to talk about on today's list is known as Guild of Guardians, and the reason why I am choosing Guild of Guardians to include as the first spot on my list is because it is going to be available on mobile, which I think is a very big deal. Not all NFT games that are being launched are going to be available on mobile, and these types of games I think will have an absurd level of potential because of how big the mobile market really is. And with that being said, guys, I have to say that the gameplay for Guild of Guardians is quite a bit better than Axie Infinity's. When you compare the two, Axie Infinity is the largest mobile NFT game to date, and I think that Guild of Guardians, when you combine, the market opportunity that it has and the gameplay that it has, honestly, I do think that it has a much higher potential than Axie Infinity. Another thing that I really did like about this game is, as far as you can tell, it's not really a pay-to-win type of game, and that is a really good sign just because of the sole fact that games that are pay-to-win really limit the players and how much they can earn off of it when it comes to a skill level. Now, another thing is this is fun to play with friends. You could go ahead and raid dungeons with all of your friends and go ahead and really just have that fun interactive experience, which I think most NFT games are currently missing that are currently available on the marketplace. I mean, when you look at games like Axie Infinity, again, you can't really play with games unless it's a 1v1 duel, but in a game like Guild of Guardians, you can go raid a dungeon with like 5 other friends and all earn and share rewards together, which I think is going to make this game a lot more fun. And finally, guys, the last point I just want to touch on is just the massive market that Guild of Guardians does have. I mean, there are absolutely hundreds of millions of people on mobile devices, guys, and I think that this is going to appeal to the vast majority of people that are on mobile devices playing games every single day. I think it really just hits all of the buttons dead on. Now, the next game on today's list is known as Ember Sword, and chances are you most likely have heard of this game if you've been involved in the NFT play to earn hemisphere whatsoever. But just in case you haven't, the things that I like the most about this game is, first and foremost, it's not pay to win, and I think that is a really important factor to any successful game when it comes to the competitive aspect of said game. Now, for you guys who don't know, all the NFTs that are going to be available in this game that you can pay money for are going to look like skins. So for example, you can get a sword, and if you want to make that sword look cooler, you pay for an NFT skin, and that doesn't actually offer any power. It just makes your sword look really cool. Now, the most of the revenue is going to come from land ownership, with the revenue sharing in that aspect, and there's not a doubt in my mind people that are buying land today can earn far more than $250 a day when this game is fully launched, guys. I think that these NFT games that have land ownership are going to be the most profitable because, I mean, land, it might not be the cheapest to get into, but it's one of those things that's very exclusive, and when you go ahead and buy it, you can really easily assess how much you can make off of it, and the value will always be very close to that. And that's why I think that this RuneScape style MMORPG is going to be wildly successful. I mean, for me personally, I grew up playing RuneScape, and I absolutely adored and loved that game, and Ember Sword developers are really aiming to get as close to possible as that type of game as they can, and for that reason, I think by default they should be incredibly successful with this project, and that's why I am super excited and thinking that you guys can make more than $250 a day playing this game in 2022. Now, the next game on today's list is known as Champions Ascension. Now, I've actually been speaking to the developers behind this game, and I think that this game has a ton of potential looking through all of their project mechanics. Number one, for those of you who don't know what type of game it is, it's going to be a Street Fighter style game. Now, that's just like a 1v1 kind of duel where you go in and you fight an opponent, you just do a bunch of button mashing cool combos, and you try to win the battle. And the Jam City development team is the company that is behind this particular game, and they have worked on many other AAA games in the past for huge companies like Disney, working on Jurassic Park games, Frozen games, just absolutely massive projects, and they did killer jobs on all of those. So I think they're going to actually absolutely knock this out of the park when it comes to Jam City. Now, their coin will be dropping early 2022, so it hasn't come out yet, but it should be coming out very, very soon in the next coming months here. So keep your eyes absolutely peeled for that in particular. And their NFT pre-sale actually is currently available, where you can go ahead and buy what I would call their origin NFTs, the first ever NFTs that are available for their project that I think are going to be the most valuable. So if you're looking to get into a project early that has a very high likelihood of being incredibly successful, I believe that Jam City is the way to go. It's going to be releasing early 2022, so you don't have to wait much longer for the game to be fully launched. And I gotta say, after speaking to the developers of this project, I am incredibly excited for what they're going to bring in the future of NFT gaming. Now, the next game on today's list is known as Last Expedition. Now, the developers behind this game worked on Halo and Call of Duty games in the past. And if you ever played a computer game, if you ever played a game in general, you've definitely heard of Call of Duty or Halo. Both of these games are so wildly successful for great reasons. They are incredibly fun. And to see that there's a whole development team that worked on these games that's going to be behind this game gives me a whole new level of faith behind what these guys are able to accomplish. I mean, just a few days ago when I covered this project for the first time, I had no idea. But now knowing this, I just have a whole new level of faith. Now, right now, guys, as of the current moment, there aren't any NFTs that you can purchase, and there's not very much known about the whole blockchain and earning aspect of this game, so do keep that in mind. I just know that the people behind this project are going to bring it to new heights, and I know that the earning potential in this game is going to be absolutely amazing, just because the gameplay is going to be something that everyone wants to take part of. It's a survival FPS game, guys, where you go into a map and you try to survive and conquer different objectives, and you try to make it as far as you can. And honestly, guys, I'm so excited for this to be dropping. It should be dropping in 2022, guys, but we don't know the exact release date yet. Before we get into the final game of today's list, guys, please don't forget to smash the like and subscribe button, and let me know of all the different games that I showed you so far on today's list in the comments, guys. It really helps me out in the YouTube algorithm because I spend a lot of time on these types of videos doing the research for you. And with that being said, let's get into the last game of today's video. Now, for those of you who have not heard of Illuvium yet, I feel really, really bad for you guys, because this game is honestly, I believe, going to be the biggest play to earn game in 2022. They're essentially combining Pokemon, or different aspects of Pokemon, with 3D chess, where you can go ahead and battle with all of your different alluvials that you end up catching. So the whole concept is you essentially go out into the open world and you catch very rare alluvials that you can then go ahead and use in different types of battle formats, player versus player and player versus, AI, and you bring your alluvials to battle versus these teams, and you can earn from that. You essentially earn tokens through arena fights and other in-game mechanics. Like when you are in the open world exploring, there are going to be some ways to earn the tokens that are native to this game as well. And then there is also a land aspect that you use for resource collection, and these resources, I believe, are mainly going to be used to upgrade your alluvials to make them stronger, very similar to what you'd see with evolving in Pokemon, guys, which I think is going to be absolutely killer. I think both landowners and just the casual player of Illuvium will be able to earn just incredible amounts of money. Obviously, the landowners will be making a lot more because the land aspect is going to be very integral to every single part of Illuvium, especially when it comes to upgrading your alluvials. And yeah, when you upgrade your and combine them to make them more powerful, obviously you're going to get a big advantage. So a lot of people are going to want those resources you can get from the land aspect. And there's not a doubt in my mind, guys, that you guys will be able to make $250 a day or much, much, much more every single day from this game. I know just through the alluvium staking alone, there are already people making much, much more than that, and the game isn't even launched yet. So just imagine what's going to happen when this game is actually live and we can all enjoy it together. And that is going to be a wrap for today's video, so please let me know what you thought of this comprehensive list in the comments, guys, and don't forget to smash the like and subscribe button, as always, to help me out in the YouTube algorithm so more people can find out about these amazing projects. And with that being said, guys, I will see you all in the next video. Much love and peace out.